Hi everybody. So we're quickly going to talk about netting, and we have many different accounts here at the 5ers, but with the Freestyle program, the account will actually be a netting account. Now the difference between netting and hedging is that you can only have one bias to the direction of your trade. So you can only trade one way. You can't put multiple trades in different directions. For instance, if we were talking about pound Aussie dollar now, if I wanted to buy the pound, I can't actually sell pound at the same time. Now, another thing with netting is that if you are somebody that averages into trades or you break your trade up into multiple positions, what it would actually do is it will, instead of breaking all of the positions down, it will basically give you one net position. Okay, and I'll show you in a second what that actually does. But just a note, this does not have any effect on your P&L. So the P&L between netting and hedging accounts is exactly the same. It's just a different way of actually a different kind of mode that is set onto the account. Now, for instance, I've got pound Aussie dollar here. Now I'm looking to sell the pound in this instance. So my first position, you can see that I've entered in a sell position, and you can see my entry is around here. This is my first entry. Okay, now I want to actually average into this position slowly. So in a minute, we'll see what happens where price goes up to a little bit further on to retest this area, and I'll add another position and we'll see what happens to my average position. Okay, so price isn't really moving too much in a specific direction at the moment. So what I would like to just show is that you can also take partial profits as well by actually buying or taking the opposite side of the position. So let's say at the moment I'm in a sell position and I want to take half of the position off. Okay, so what I would do is I would put 0. For instance, let's say 0.15, and I would click buy. Now what that would do is you see here my volume now. My volume now has gone down, which means I actually just basically took partial profits. Okay, so that is a way that when you've got your full position on and you want to take your partial profits, that is the fastest way to actually do that. Okay. Now, I do want to show what happens when we average into the position. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually just going to close out of this position, and I'm actually going to take a long position. Now you can see my average entry is going to be here, but I want to start averaging down. Okay, I'm going to put my take profit further away, and I'm going to start averaging into this position here. Great, so now price has gone a little bit further down. I'm going to do another sell order. Here you go, we'll try that again. So here's my average entry. I'll just wait for price to go further down for me to actually take in another position. Great, so I'm gonna put in another order now for another buy entry. And now you can see my average position has actually lowered, so it's actually averaged down. So now my position is actually here. And it will be the same as you go along. So the more I average down right now, let's say I'm averaging again, it will move it down. Let's say if I want to put a little bit more on, let's say one lot, we'll average it down even more because that one lot was a bigger size than, let's say, the other orders that I put in. So there's my average order. Now what I want to do when price starts to go up, I actually want to be taking some partial profits. So the first partial profit I will do is I will want to do 0.25. Let's have a look. I can put, while I take the market orders, I can put 0.25 as I go along into limit orders, or I can just wait for price to go up there and then I'll be able to take it out at market orders instead. So we're going to wait a sec and see what price actually does. Great, so I want to actually be taking partial profits around about here. So what I'm going to do, I've put the amount that I want to take off the table. And what I would do is wait till price goes a little bit further up. Great. So I'm going to take some partial profits. So I've taken a quarter of a lot off the table, and now you can see here I've got 1.2 lots still in the trade. You can do this gradually as you go up. Netting for many different reasons is, in my opinion, a lot better than hedging. It just keeps the chart really clean. It's very easy to use. And if you have any questions, you can always ask myself, or you can ask at the help desk at help@the5ers.com, and we can help you with whatever you need.